Hello and a very warm welcome to the MENA Golf Tour. The second leg of the 2015 season tees off at the home of the tour, Dubai. And there's hardly a more appropriate venue than the Dubai Creek Golf and Yacht Club for the resumption. The oldest course in the city and host to a number of European Tour events, this enjoys an iconic position in the history of golf in the region. And the preparations were in full swing ahead of the MENA Golf Tour tournament.
September is right at the start of our season, so that really gets our team's energy going and the attention to detail for the golf course, the playing surfaces, fairways, greens, tees, just getting everything right. It's our real kick-off event. The course is playing beautifully. The fairways and greens, our superintendent Matt has done a great job as always. Greens are putting quick, and if the wind picks up, there could be some very, very slick putts out there, which all good golfers enjoy. They enjoy fast greens, so they'll certainly get that this week.
The par 71 course lies beside the creek and wind is a major factor, especially during the afternoon. The large greens challenge the best in the business. The venue has witnessed some fascinating contests in the past, and the week promised to be no different.
The key to success in this course is not making mistakes. The scoring, somebody may go low, but the scoring notoriously is not very low, but so really the key is to not make many mistakes. It's a good test, this one, and I think the person who makes the least mistakes will take the trophy home.
The MENA Golf Tour's main aim is to popularise and promote golf in the region. In one such endeavour, the tour regularly conducts clinics for children. An evening interaction not only provides a chance to ask questions of the pros, but also to take practical tips from them.
Today I just learned how they control their shots and how they think through their course, what they practice on before they go into the course, and then they just explained what to do for each shot and just how they grew up playing golf and all that, yeah.
Most fun thing was learning, listening to the professionals teaching us about the swings and pace control.
Talking of youngsters, few have been more impressive than Rehan Thomas. The 15-year-old is the top-ranked golfer in his age group in the country. Having debuted on the MENA Golf Tour in 2013, he's been making waves on the junior circuit around the world.
For the last 12 months, I've been playing a lot of golf here in the Middle East. Also, I went to the UK for the summer for 6 weeks to play events like the British Boys and the English Under-18s, which helped a lot in my game coming up to this week. Also, winning the Order of Merit in the UAE and playing the Dubai Golf Trophy, which is the amateur versus professionals, is one of the highlights of the year for me.
Thomas's calm demeanour is highly spoken of. In fact, it's a trait which fellow golfers consider essential for achieving accolades in the future. His family has been his biggest support and has ably assisted him in striking the balance between study and sport.
We are not putting big expectations in terms of shooting A pluses and all that. I mean, as long as he's doing a decent thing, which he is, and so they strike a balance. So, but then we'll have to take it one step at a time. I mean, probably homeschooling, or those are the other aspects, because I can't reduce the number of tournaments that he plays. If he's got to improve, he's got to play.
Apart from prodigious talent, Thomas has plenty of time to reach the top, and he'd hope the club in his hands continues to strike the ball in the desired direction. The opening day, and Thomas came out all guns blazing, his career best round of 5 under par rocketing him to the top. 2011 Order of Merit winner Jake Shepherd closed in and was one shot behind the young sensation. And the Czech Republic's Cyril Suk smoked 5 birdies to jump into tied second. Day 2, and Josh White managed 5 birdies to sail into the lead. Austria's Florian Pregant continued to impress with a bogeyless round. So that's how it stood after 2 rounds. Josh White led the way and Florian Pregant was just a shot off the pace. Jake Shepherd and Rehan Thomas were tied for third, which meant they'd be grouped together for the third successive day. So a fascinating final day's play in prospect. Welcome back. You're watching the highlights of the Dubai Creek Open 2015 played in Dubai. 15-year-old Rehan Thomas got off to a flying start in the final round with a birdie at the 438-yard first. A wonderful approach with a wedge set up that 3-foot putt. Josh White, the leader of the pack, had a disappointment early on, managing a bogey at the 412-yard par 4 second. Young sensation Thomas continued to impress, another birdie at the third, the 333-yard hole, and he moved to 7 under. Playing partner Jake Shepherd produced this 50-yard wedge approach, and that led to a birdie opportunity at the fourth. He cashed in, and that took him to 6 under par. Austria's Florian Pregant replicated that at the fourth and jumped into a joint lead with White, who birdied the third. Rehan Thomas's fairy tale run continued as he holed a long birdie putt at the par 3 181-yard fifth to move into the lead with White and Pregant. In contrast, White dropped a shot at 5 and slipped to second position. Luke Joy fared poorly at the 6th with a double bogey at the 407-yard par 4, and that was a great setback to the defending champion's chances, although he maintained his sunny disposition. Josh White at the 9th, the 426-yard par 4, and he holed this putt, an excellent par putt to stay in the hunt. Dubai-based Rehan Thomas experienced his first hiccup of the day at the 10th. Even though he splashed out of the bunker here, he produced a bogey, and that dropped him back to 7 under par. After managing a birdie at the 7th, Jake Shepherd then dropped back down to earth with a bump at the 10th, 3-putting the hole, and that resulted in a bogey. On the same hole as Shepherd's misfortunes, Florian Pregant missed what would have been a magnificent eagle. But he still managed to hole his birdie putt to open up a gap of 2 shots at the top of the field. A wedge approach at the 11th set up a birdie opportunity for Thomas. Once again he moved to 8 under par, keeping Pregant very much in his sights. So here's the leaderboard as we move through the final round. Competition gaining momentum at the business end. Looks like a 4-horse race with an Austrian leading, a young Indian closely behind, and 2 Englishmen to follow. So here's Jake Shepherd at the par 4 12th, the 453-yard hole. This is his second. And that's a fine second shot. That sets him up very nicely for a birdie opportunity. He's very much in the hunt. Zane Scotland, meanwhile, third in last year's Order of Merit after winning it in 2013. That included a victory here. This is his eagle putt at the 13th. Doesn't get the eagle, but he should be able to tap in for a birdie. He does so. That's his 5th birdie of the round. After his first 2 rounds of 69 and 71, he moves to 5 under par. Back to Shepherd now with his birdie putt at the 12th. And he gets it. He missed the cut in the previous MENA Golf Tour event in Mohammedia in April, but now he's just 2 shots behind Florian Pregant. Luke Joy with a birdie putt at the 13th, the par 5. Nicely holed. He moves to 5 under par, still clinging on to the coattails of the leaders. Florian Pregant now, his second shot at the par 4 12th, first MENA Golf Tour event for the Austrian. Oh, that's very nice indeed, isn't it? A1 position for a birdie opportunity. Jake Shepherd preparing for his third shot, splashing out of the bunker at the 13th, and he gave it every opportunity, didn't he? Going straight at the flag and only just missing. Pregant, the 31-year-old who's been a pro for 10 years, birdie putt for him on the 12th, and he gets it. Nicely holed. He moves to 10 under and he leads by 2. Shepherd with his birdie putt now on the par 5 13th. Nicely holed. Right in the heart of the hole, and he's got Pregant very much in his sights. Luke Joy now on the 15th, very much an undulating green this one, the par 4, 435 yards, and he's missed just on the right. So he taps in and drops a shot, slips down to 5 under par. Josh White with his eagle putt at the 13th. Oh, he's not happy. He was up from that very, very quickly indeed. Misread the line. Should still be able to make his birdie though. And he does so. So he still picks up a shot and moves to 8 under par. So the Austrian Florian Pregant in his first event on the MENA Golf Tour, 2 shots clear of Jake Shepherd, Rehan Thomas and Josh White as this tournament moves towards a thrilling climax. Welcome back to the Dubai Creek Golf and Yacht Club as we reach the conclusion of the Dubai Creek Open 2015. Josh White at the 16th, the par 3 198 yard hole. He bogeyed the 14th, taking a 7-iron here. Little punch into the wind. And a pretty good result as well. That's given him a birdie opportunity. He'll be pleased with that. Rehan Thomas now with his second shot at the 17th. 354 yard par 4. And that's excellent. Pin high and another birdie opportunity. Josh White with his birdie chance now at the 16th. And he gets it. What a fantastic putt. It takes him to 8 under and he's very much in the mix. Here's Rehan Thomas's birdie opportunity at the 17th. Oh, it's just slipped by. And just for once, his golden touch deserts him. 15-year-old. Wonders just how that stayed up. Luke Joy now, the defending champion. He won here last year in his first ever event on the MENA Golf Tour, and he holes for par to finish at 4 under par. So no happy ending for him today, but still 3 very solid rounds of golf. Josh White, it all went so well for him on the 16th when he holed for birdie. Now he's just off the green with his 3rd shot at the par 4. Chipping quite close, so he should still be able to save par, you would say. Rehan Thomas now with his 2nd shot at the last. Large water hazard at the front of the green. This is a 6-iron. Oh, it's fantastic. Almost ended up in the hole. Tremendous shot from the youngster. Pregant with a birdie putt at 17. This to go 2 shots clear. Oh, he gave it every opportunity, didn't he? But it's just missed. He'll hole out. He remains therefore at 10 under par. Jake Shepherd now with a par putt at the last. And he gets it, nicely holed. And isn't he delighted? He's very much in contention if Pregant slips up. Solid enough round for him, a 67 for Jake Shepherd. Here's Rehan Thomas now. And he gets it as well. He's in contention too. He's alongside Shepherd at 9 under par. They embrace. Tremendous rounds for both of them. Now Pregant needs a par to win this tournament. This is his 2nd shot. Urging the ball onwards. And he's on the upper level of the green, so he's got 2 putts to win. This for a birdie then, and this will seal the title. See the way that ball goes down the dip. Well, it's not dead, is it? It's run past the hole. He's a little bit frustrated. He's still got that, though, to win the title. Back to Josh White. This for his par. Oh, he was never happy with that, was he? He was up off the shot very, very quickly. So it's a rather anticlimactic end to his 3 days of action. He pops that one in for a bogey, and he finishes with 3 rounds of 7 under par. No victory for him then. But could there be a victory for this man? Florian Pregant needs to hole this for the title. Oh, and he's missed it. Just stayed on the top side of the hole. Little shake of the head as he taps in, takes off the sun visor, and knows that he's going to be heading for a 3-way playoff. A playoff with Rehan Thomas and Jake Shepherd. Well, you can't say that Pregant didn't have the opportunity there. He had 2 putts for the title, missed them both, 3 putting at the last. And so back we go to the 18th with Shepherd, Thomas and Pregant all in with a chance. Second playoff hole then, and Thomas with his 3rd shot just off the green. Hasn't quite got that right. Left himself a little bit of work to do, and he knows it. Family looking on. Here's Pregant with a putt right across the green. He's not happy either. So the tension beginning to show here. So we've seen the 3rd shots of both Thomas and Pregant. Now Jake Shepherd has this for the title. And he's left it short. Goodness me. How frustrating, and he knows it too. He's not happy. This for par then, and he taps it in. So the pressure now back on Thomas and Pregant. So Thomas has this putt to stay in contention. Miss, and he misses out. And he was never convinced there, was he? He always knew that was staying up. Applause for the youngster. What a tremendous effort he's put in over these 3 days. Acknowledges the applause of the crowd, but he's just come up short. Pregant now needs this putt, or Shepherd's the champion. And he gets it. Nicely holed by Pregant. So on we go to the third playoff hole, but there's just 2 contenders now. Pregant and also Shepherd. Still on the 18th. Second shot then of Florian Pregant. That's nice, that's okay. From where he was, Jake Shepherd in a very similar position. And that's pretty good too, isn't it? Well, Shepherd's in the better position of the 2 players, you would say. Both of them are on the green though. Pregant then, first with the birdie opportunity. Big borrow, and it's borrowed too much. So what that means, if he taps in, indeed he does, is that Jake Shepherd now has a putt from 6 feet to win the title. Taking his time. And he gets it. Punches the air. It's a tremendous effort from Jake Shepherd. He was 3 shots off the pace going into the final round. It's his first win on the MENA Golf Tour since lifting the MENA Tour Championship way back in 2011.
I'm pretty confident in playoffs. I've got a 5 for 0 record in playoffs in my career, which I'm very proud of. So on every tee shot, it's not my favourite tee shot, the 18th. Trouble on the left is sometimes something bad for me, so I just kept reminding myself of my previous record, so it's where maybe I'm now getting a bit older, a bit of experience to fall back on, and it definitely helped.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the prize presentation for the 2015 Dubai Creek Open. In 2014, the MENA Golf Tour introduced the Sheikh Maktoum Golf Foundation Award to honour the performance of the top players from the MENA region. In the amateur division, and in first place with a score of 75, 70, 73 for a total of 218, receiving a Pro Shop voucher for $500, Ayub Lagati. And now in the professional division, in first place with a score of 74, 72, 69 for a total of 215, receiving a cheque for $1,500, Mustafa El Mous. The leading amateur receiving a Pro Shop voucher of $1,000 with scores of 66, 71, 67 for a total of 204, 9 under, and a junior member of Dubai Creek Golf and Yacht Club from India, Rehan Thomas. And the winner with scores of 67, 70, 67 for a total of 204, 9 under, and by virtue of a playoff, the 2015 Dubai Creek Open champion, Jake Shepherd.
So the silverware and a cheque for $9,000 for Jake Shepherd. That's all we have time for from the Dubai Creek Golf and Yacht Club. Until next time.